Hello everybody, and welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Metromania. And today we have the head of Prison Uprising, Viktor Reznov. Must be a character I don't remember, because I remember Viktor Reznov, but I do not remember a Viktor Reznov. So this must be, a different character than I thought it was, because I genuinely thought this was Reznov. So I guess we'll just end the video here. No, I'm just kidding. This is definitely Reznov. This is my guy. This is my boy. Black Ops 1, Vorkuta escape, Viktor Reznov, without bike. Unfortunately, they put a lot of bikes in the advertising, but there is no bike with the actual figure. I would have bought a bike, step 8, freedom. But here's the box. It's just one of the promotional photos that they used for the figure. Pretty straightforward. It's a company I had never heard of before this, Opapa Toys. They did 2 other Call of Duty characters, but they were from like Call of Duty Vanguard, and I had never touched Vanguard because they really lost me after Black Ops 2. Just became a little too monotonous, and then I just kind of stopped playing. But I did play Black Ops 1, let me tell you, and I could not be more excited for Mr. Jingle Jangle to be running in the background of my video over there. But pretty straightforward stuff overall. They do have a YouTube channel, actually. That's kind of crazy. They got an Instagram, YouTube. You can email them just in case you're feeling lonely. But, that's the box. What we want to see is the man on the inside. So why don't we get Mr. Reznov out? We're going to call it Brock Reznov, Remember? WWE, Brock Lesnar, whatever. We're going to... What are you doing, buddy? We're going to take him out of the box, and we're going to put him on the turntable. So I gotta say, it pretty much looks exactly like it does in the box. I don't really see much of a difference. It's like they finished the figure and then put it up for pre-order, because it is just like a 1-to-1 Reznov here, and it's pretty good looking. I know the model in Black Ops 1 is kind of hard to look at times. It's a little older, so it's not going to be perfectly figure-faced, especially because Vorkuta is dark, and they went with the Vorkuta look instead of the ghost Reznov throughout the game. Spoiler alert, Reznov dies in Vorkuta. If you haven't played a 15-year-old game at this point. But yeah, it does look really good so far. There's a good dirtiness to him. There's a good, disgusting grime. So I'm really vibing with this figure so far, and I just can't wait to see where this goes. I'm hoping they make a few more. I'd buy Black Ops figures. I got some Modern Warfare. I think Black Ops figures would be just as cool, if not cooler. So anyway, why don't we get him off of the spinning turntable here and take a closer look at my boy. So he comes with a pretty serviceable amount of stuff. It's not like crazy because it is a Vorkuta prison break. But we'll start with the AK-47 here. It is pretty good. It's kind of clean on the wooden parts, which is probably one of the worst I could say about it. It's got nice weathering on the metal parts, but like I said, the wooden parts just look a little too clean for my liking. There is some playability. This does pull back. You just got to be very careful. You can feel there's a spring in there, but obviously it's a tiny little piece, so it could break. This does come out. You can see there's detailing on the inside, and just in case you needed a reload, you get a second one. So that's cool. They're the exact same thing. They both fit in there perfectly fine. So that's pretty cool. You get a reload, just in case he runs out of ammo, but if he runs out of ammo a second time, then he's kind of SOL. We have our shotgun here that I genuinely don't remember from this level. I remember a different shotgun. I don't remember this one, unless I'm going crazy. This could be the one, but it does have some lever action stuff going on here. I've never been a fan of these because it's always weird to have them hold in hand. I feel like I've never quite gotten it to look right. But it does have some cool playability. I like it, but just like with the AK, it's a little too clean for how dirty the location was in game. There are some shells in this bag. I would take them out, but honestly, I'm just terrified of losing them. Pretty cool. Got the nice red, the little silver on the back. And it is pretty good overall, I'd say. I don't think they can go in, per se. They might be able to, but like, why would you? That's a little weird. We do have this little pistol here, and again, I'm not the gun guy, so I genuinely don't remember. Despite playing World at War the other night. I do not remember any gun names ever, except for like the M16 and the AK. Those are easy to remember. But it's a cool little pistol. I like it. It's got a nice little weathering to it. There's a nice star on there. And this one, just like the AK, has a slide in right that. You gotta put it in the correct way. The bullets actually show you which way to put it in. And it's also got a second one just in case he needs to reload. Other than that, Reznov has his bloodied knife. That's cool. It's got a nice bloodied effect to it. I like it. Just simple enough where he can do whatever he wants with it. And a little known fact I didn't know about Reznov. He's missing a finger on his right hand. That's a bit crazy. I had no clue. I went to go put his gun on, and I'm like, where's his finger? Because he's got a finger on this hand, but he doesn't have it on this hand. And then I looked into it, and he doesn't have a finger. But in some of the cutscenes, actually, he does have his finger while, you know, when he's Ghost Reznov. So it's odd. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, it is cool as well. We'll talk about the hands here now. So he's wearing these, like, gloves, and you can see that they are just worn and torn. And it looks really, really well done. It is sculpted, so you're not going to get a glove feeling. But it still looks really, really good on both hands. And they are fingerless gloves. The fingers are a little on the paint. But that's really my only complaint, because the gloves do look really good. Anyway, let's get a closer look at Reznov here. So, the detailing and paintwork is pretty well done. The beard looks really good. It's got a nice definition to it, and it comes to a good point. So it is very solid, and obviously a man who is in a Russian prison during the Cold War era would probably have a decent beard. They did not care for these people at all, obviously. The hair looks good. You can see it is also long and scraggly and unkempt to a certain degree. There is this bandana on the back of the head holding his head together. It is a sculpted piece onto the head. As much as I think a fabric piece would have looked cool, I think a sculpted piece just makes more sense, because it kind of just keeps the definition of the head, and I'm not worried about it like warping over time, because it does look really good the way it does now. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, it's pretty solid. I'd say it looks really good. But looking at this guy, I don't know how Mason could ever have imagined him looking any different. Because, I mean, this is a different looking person than he looked in, like, World at War, per se. And Mason's just, like, the numbers in his head and brainwashing. And he's like, oh, normal looking Reznov. What's up, dude? And he's like, yeah, what's up? It's me. Like, he made that up in his head. I don't know what Reznov looks like normally. But yes, the sculpt is good. It's just maybe a little dirtier would have done it. But for the most part, I will say it's pretty well put together for the assets they're using from Black Ops 1. Especially because, you know, the game is aged kind of facial visual wise. Some of them are not ideal. But I'd say they did a pretty good job overall. Anyway, the rest of this outfit, we've got this, like, scarf around his neck. It is cold. Vorkuta was a snowy place, if you recall from the game. So it would make sense for him to have this big scarf on here. It is automatically on there. You don't have to put it on, which is, thank heavens, because I would have never put that on properly. It would have looked really ugly, and I'm glad I didn't have to put it on, because then it doesn't have to be ugly. But it does look good. It's got a nice coloring to it. It's torn and worn. Everything has a nice, like, worn out feeling to it. It doesn't feel clean, which is exactly how this figure should feel. Just worn and dirty. Like the jacket down here, this beautiful, iconic Reznov blue jacket. It's got this disgusting, grimy feeling to it, like he's been wearing it forever, but it's so cold that he can't take it off. It just feels really good. I absolutely love the way it came out. We got an armband over here. You know, who knows what he's got that for. On the back here, you can see it is just more of the same gross, grimy, worn out look. and it just does it so very well. I think it is absolutely absolutely amazing how good the jacket here looks. We got the inner shirt as well, a little red. Might be a little bit of Kool-Aid spilled on his shirt there, or you know, probably the more worse option here. Could be from infighting. As you see, we do have a little bit more right here as well. So it's a little bit here. It's a little bright on here. It's a little darker, like it's been there for a while. But it still looks really, really good. And then we've got these prison pants, I'm going to call them, because they've got like the generic prison striping, and you can see it's patched up and just kind of ripped up in places. It's really well done. They definitely put some effort into really bringing this guy to life. They did at least 8 steps to make sure that this guy's perfect, as perfect as he could be. And then we've got this cloth here wrapped around the legs. It does go around the boot on this side, which kind of makes him not want to stand up sometimes. But for the most part, it's fine. I'd say my one biggest complaint so far is the fact that because the jacket is so big, it sometimes makes his head look a little tiny, but it is because he's wearing this big puffed up jacket. His head is probably normal sized if he wasn't wearing all this padded clothing. But because he is wearing all of it, it does kind of make his head just the tiniest bit tiny. But I'd say it's fine overall. If I could give this guy any accessory, it would just be a ring of keys. Because, you know, the most iconic part is after the fake fight with Mason. He takes the thing and he's like, "Step 1, secure the keys." And then, you know, the rest of the stuff starts to proceed and you run out of the building and it becomes a whole thing. And the mission's really fun. Absolutely suggest playing it if you haven't already. Black Ops, very fun game. That's why I got this figure. I like Black Ops a lot. Anyway, I don't have any figures from Black Ops, so I think we're just going to jump right into articulation here, which is, you know, it feels forbidden. You know, it feels forbidden, but we'll do what we have to. And Reznov with a life ending and scarf moving 360 degrees. Solid back and forth. Up that far and down that far. Pretty good range of motion on that. Arm goes up about that far. It's being held by the jacket here. You can feel the friction. You can feel the restricting area. Arm goes up about that far. Arm goes back a bit more because it's able to open the jacket. There is some solid crunching at the abs. Legs are spread almost none. You can feel the padding under there. It's kind of restricting it. But I mean, I don't know what kind of poses you're trying to get out of Reznov here. Leg goes up about that far. Leg goes back a little bit. A little bit more than 90 at the knee. And there is ankle articulation. It's a little easier on this foot because it is... Oh my god, the shoe is fabric. I guess we never talked about the shoe. The shoe is an actual fabric material, which is crazy because I'm so used to sculpted shoes I didn't even think about it. So that's a plus. That's cool. I'm hoping they don't deteriorate over time, but well, only one way to find out. By getting to the end of this video. So Reznov here may be a bit of a simpler figure. It's not like overly crazy or overly complicated. But it is a good figure. It does have a lot of goodness going for him. Obviously, the outfit looks really good. The head sculpt is good. You know, you see Reznov in it, but at the same time, your brain's always like, oh, you know, Reznov looked like this to me. Because it's interpretation at this point. But I think it looks really good. Could just use a little dirtying on the face, like I said. But I'd say overall, it is pretty good. My two biggest complaints are the hands for holding things and the guns are really stiff. It's really, really hard to get things in those hands. I struggled to get that knife in his hand. I had to really, really want it. And the wrist joints, they really, really hold on to these hands. It is very hard to get them off, which makes it very hard to get them on. But other than that, I mean, if those are my two complaints, I'd say pretty good overall. Simple, not too expensive, nice outfit, very well done figure of Viktor Reznov. I'm hoping that this isn't just a company who makes Russian figures from Call of Duty series, and that they decide, oh hey, you know, we could maybe make Alex Mason or Woods and Bowman, because I'd absolutely be into some of these other figures, because I know the other two they've made so far are also, I think, Russian freedom fighters of some sort from Call of Duty Vanguard. So I'm hoping, I'm optimistically curious to see what they work on next. But anyway, I've got Reznov, and I'm pretty happy about him. And if you were looking for a Verkuda Escape Viktor Reznov, this is your guy right here. You might find a better one at some point in your life, but this is such a good figure that is it really worth looking for one? Simple, nice figure, not too overly complicated. It's just good overall, and it makes me very happy. So I'd say, absolutely, if you're looking at this Reznov, absolutely just go for it. It's definitely worth your time, and it's not going to disappoint you in the long run, which is the most important part, obviously. If you've picked up this guy or any other Call of Duty figures, feel free to let me know what they are. I'd love to hear it. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, because the channel's been doing super duper nicely recently, and I'd love to keep that momentum up, because having the time of my life making these videos for you guys, and I love when you guys let me know that you're enjoying them by liking the videos and subscribing for those who haven't already. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you. And thank you for watching yet another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.
Hey, is Viktor Reznov, and I will